The hills around the cove were covered in flowering shrubs. Botanist Joseph Banks was ecstatic. The young rich dandy Banks had spent £10,000 of his own money setting up the endeavour as a floating laboratory. His colleague Daniel Solander was a student of famous naturalist Carl Linnaeus, whose theories on species classification and biological diversity helped scientists understand the natural world.
Linnaeus had said 10,000 plants, that's probably about as many plants as there are in the entire world. And of course, as soon as Banks and Solander went ashore into places like this and looked around them, they realised that that wasn't the case at all, that the world is full of an extraordinary diversity of biological life, and that what Linnaeus had purported to be the case, in fact, the reality was something very, very different.
Parkinson's original sketches of the plant life here were eventually enhanced and produced as the famous Florilegium collection. Cook ordered the collection of greens like this variety of celery to make soup, which he credited with keeping his men healthy, although he didn't know it was the vitamin C in the plants that prevented the deadly disease scurvy, the scourge of long-distance sea voyages.
Scanner, go for it. What does it taste like? It's not unpleasant. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, wow. Joseph Banks had a very similar response to this feature when he first saw it. He described it as an extraordinary natural curiosity and the most pleasant surprise I have ever met with.
Sidney Parkinson did a sketch of this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. The sort of picturesque ideal of landscape was very much in vogue at the time, and it was Parkinson's sketch of this particular archway that prompted considerable interest in archways as features in landscape.
Well, here we are, back on the rough side, eh?
Yeah, it's a bit lumpy, all right?
Yeah. It's the Tolaga Bay Wharf. My next lift is coming in there. It's going to pick me up there tomorrow. It's about half a kilometre long, I'm told.
Okay.
Hey, nice to meet you, Simon.
And you, Peter.
And thanks for today.
You're most welcome. Cheers.
It's said to be the longest wharf in the southern hemisphere, but the ferro cement has been crumbling since it went up. It was built by the Tolaga Bay Harbour Board for local farmers who, just like Cook, found it very tough loading out through the surf. The wharf was finished in 1929 at a cost of £100,000. Sadly, already a concrete white elephant, because the roads were going in and bigger ships than the wharf could handle were now plying the east coast.